In Exodus, Gods and Kings, Moses rises up against the empire, setting 600,000 slaves on a monumental journey of escape from Egypt and its terrifying cycle of deadly plagues.
Hi, I'm Christian Bale. Welcome to Made in Hollywood. This is a scene.
I came to tell you, something is coming that is far beyond my control. Unless you set my people free. I am prepared to fight for eternity.
I want to talk to you about the process in which you got involved with Exodus, because I heard this story. I was actually there at Fox when we had the sneak peek preview of Exodus, and you told this awesome story that made me laugh about when you got a phone call from Ridley.
Well, we had met up about 5 years before, and then I thought he'd just forgotten about it. I met up and we're like, hey Rid, how about we do something together? And obviously I thought, well, I'm not working with him. And then he did call up and he said, I want to make Exodus. And he said, how about Moses? And I just thought, well, I'm such a bloody idiot. How am I going to manage that? Because this is such an incredible, iconic figure. That's just ridiculous. He's lost his mind.
I got a call from my buddy Steve Asbell, who's the president of production over at Fox, saying, hey, you know, I just sent you a script called Exodus. Ridley Scott is directing it. You know, I want you to read it and let me know what you think. And usually, you know, with films like that, you're begging and pleading to be a part of it, and they just one day just asked me to do it, and it was just such a surreal, strange thing.
I look at you, I still see the two boys who grew up together, close as brothers.
It's so enjoyable being a part of the film business, in that you can lose your mind and then come up with something absolutely brilliant at the end of it. And Rid is such a fantastic filmmaker, somebody I'd wanted to work with for so long. And the challenge of playing Moses was just too much to resist. He's just such a fascinating character, way more than most people realize.
Moses, you say that you didn't cause all this.
In the swelling of the storm.
You say that your God did.
I am the God! I am the God!
I kind of just handed myself over to the machine and kind of just got sort of pushed around the different departments and dressed in gold and eyeliner and had my head shaved, and I kind of got spat out the other side and looked in the mirror and I was like, okay, I can see this happening.
This is not Moses!
They are animals. I will drown them in the Nile, as you should have been. I don't think so.
The title is Exodus, so I do want to point that out because that's very significant to what the story and what this film is, because it's not called Moses. So can you describe that significance?
It would have been just Exodus. But I quite like the title Gods and Kings because that's what it's about. So it evolves into, the story will evolve into that. The Exodus, of course, is the leaving of the multitude, going to find the land that will be theirs eventually.
Here we go.
Well, and also that, you know, it was featured really about this relationship between Ramesses and Moses,
Sure.
right? And so it does really finish when their story finishes.
From the top, please, here we go.
What is it?
Ramesses, 4,000 men, 1,000 chariots.
Ready yourselves!
The character Moses, he's so inspiring because he believes in something so strongly that he's willing to sacrifice everything and completely commit himself. And of course, in real life, we don't really deal with anything of that biblical proportion, but if you had to pick something that you believed in that strongly, what would it be?
One thing I really believe in is the protection and safety of children. You know, when you kind of look at the amount of terrible things out there that stand to kind of threaten children, and people being diabolical towards innocent human beings. That's one thing that always gets me whenever I hear about any child being harmed. So I would stand up for that, I guess.
I would have to say maybe my wife, you know, and what she stands for. You know, she runs a nonprofit called Kind Campaign, and so I think what she's doing is incredible work. So I'll stand by her side, you know, until the end of time.
Well, I mean, I think, look, we do see
I think
this.
We do
see this nowadays. You know, I mean,
we're facing bigger things than that.
I mean, other than the fact that, all right, look, if you ask relevance for nowadays, it's a good human story. That's the primary relevance. But we're seeing an awful lot of revolution and religious turmoil. You know, I mean, this is happening all over the world.
Do not be afraid! God is with us!